Hi everyone and welcome to part 4 in this series, Learn to Code HTML for Beginners. Now in the last video we spoke about text in HTML. We learned about headings, paragraphs, white space and the difference between blocked and inline elements. In this video we're going to talk about lists. Now before we begin, if you'd please hit like on this video and subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. I'll be posting a lot more videos over the next few weeks, so subscribing is the best way to keep up to date and to be notified when a new video drops. So with all that being said, let's jump straight in. So there are 3 types of lists in HTML. The first is an ordered list, then we have an unordered list, and then description lists. Now an ordered list is just a list that's ordered by number. So when we list out list items, they'll be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Unordered lists are listed the same way, except rather than being listed with numbers, you have bullet points. Okay, so it's just a list with bullet points. And then description lists allow us to add a description list title and then a description, if that makes sense. So what will happen is we can have a list of titles and then a corresponding description. And I'll show you how to use them now. So to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a H1 tag here and we'll say about me. Alright, so get that here and we'll start off with our ordered list. Okay, so I'm going to add H3 and we will say my favorite fruits. Okay, now to build an ordered list, what we do is we use this OL tag. Alright, so we have an open tag and a closing tag. Inside of this we are going to put in our list tag, so it's li. Sorry, that doesn't make much sense. So say apples and copy that and we'll paste that out. Say banana and oranges. Okay, so we'll hit save. So never mind this title, just putting this here for you to see, but we have our OL for ordered list and then we list out each item inside of our list has a list tag, right? So an opening and a close tag. So now when we refresh, and you'll see that these are numbered. Okay, we do the same thing with our unordered list. Obviously the only difference is we're going to use a UL tag for unordered list. All right, so then we'll do H3, we'll say my favorite sports. Okay, drop a line here and we will say UL. And then again, we just need our list items and we'll say football. We'll copy that, we'll paste that twice more, and here we'll say boxing and hurling. Save that, and when we hit refresh, we can see here, and you'll see the difference. The ordered list is numbered, the unordered list has these bullet points. Okay, now the last thing that we'll look at is this description list. Okay, so here we'll say my favorite bands. So for our description list, you may have guessed it's a DL. Okay, and now for each item we will have a DT, because that's our title. So I'm going to say the Dubliners, and then we'll have our description. They play Irish trad music. Okay. And we'll just go through this quickly. Red hot chili peppers, and they play, I'll just say rock music. And here we'll say whatever, Spice Girls. They play pop music. Okay, we'll hit save and then refresh, and then you'll see. So each item on this list is given a heading and then the description is indented. Okay, now what I use more often than not is this unordered list. Where is it gone? This unordered list here, right? And the more and more you learn web development or you learn programming in general, the more you'll realize how often you actually end up using lists. Because anytime that you have any data that you want displayed on screen, it'll generally be stored in an array, and what you'll do is you'll map through that array. So for every item on that array, you'll want a list, and you list out that item. So you create a list of every item of data that you want displayed on screen. And if you think of anything, any website that you use, whether it's YouTube, all YouTube is just lists and lists of videos. Again, if you want to social media, you've lists of followers, lists of people you follow, a list of posts. Your feed is just a list of posts from people that you follow online. So you do use lists a lot. And as we learn CSS in the future, we can actually change the styling of certain lists. So a lot of times if we're using an unordered list, we can actually remove these bullet points. We can, rather than just having a bit of text returned, we might have it could be anything, maybe images, videos. We can style it whatever way we want. We can add in other elements. So we might have a video or a picture, and then we might have a button for you to like it or a button for you to comment on it. We can return a whole heap of elements, but we list that stuff out, and that's really what we end up using lists for. Okay, so they're the three different types. So just to recap, we have ordered lists, which have an OL tag, so you have your opening tag, your closing tag, and then inside you have your list items, again an open and closing tag and the actual text that you want inside. Unordered lists work the exact same, except it's a UL tag. And lastly, your description lists. So you have your description list, you have your title, description, title, description, so on. Now, to be honest with you, I very rarely use description lists, so you don't need to worry too much about it, but again, it's just handy to know what all these different things do. So that's going to do it for this video. I will be posting another video in the next day or two, again just following up on this video from HTML, so make sure to check that out. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll get back to them. Thanks very much. Bye bye.